After the internet, it was the social media revolution. Now it is the metaverse and AI revolution. So how it will impact, the biggest thing is that, see, if you consider social media is a part of our lives, right? Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat. Today you can't live, it's very difficult to live without social media, but yet you can still live without it. If I take away all WhatsApp, Snapchat, Facebook, you will have some discomfort, but still after a period of time you'll be able to live with that, right? But metaverse is a different story altogether, because metaverse as a technology has the power to impact every single aspect of your life, whether it's your personal life, your hobbies, your professional life, your environment, everything. So when a technology has the potential to actually impact every single aspect of your life, then it holds a huge potential to revolutionize the future as well.
I'm Jitendra Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Perfect Mastering the Art of Selling. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and more. Today I have with me Mr. Saakshar Duggal. He is an emerging technology expert and a practicing advocate in Delhi High Court. He is the advisor in academic outreach of Cyberlaw University. He has given talks on various distinguished forums such as United Nations headquarters, Geneva, Switzerland. He recently gave his TEDx talk on the topic Metaverse Emerging Crucial Challenges. He has also authored a book entitled Cybercrimes during COVID-19 and Legal Issues in India. He was a distinguished speaker at the International Conference on Metaverse and Law, Opportunities and Challenges held in cyberspace on 24th March 2022. And spoke about distinctive intellectual property rights and other legal issues impacting the metaverse ecosystem. Today, he will be discussing with us about his life's journey. So let us hear from him. Welcome, Saakshar. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you. So much, Jitendra, and thank you for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure to share my story. If anyone can just gain some one insight from it, and that can help that person in the future. So I'm equally excited for the session.
And I'm excited to know about technological trends which are happening these days. So definitely looking forward to it. So first thing first, if I talk about your past life, how it has affected the person, what you wanted to be in your life and what you are.
Well, to be honest, I always, one thing was clear, that I always wanted to do something different. So that was there. But definitely when someone has this thing of doing something different, then that person also has to explore more things. So I did a lot of things here and there. Sometimes it was digital marketing, sometimes it was stock market, sometimes it was more towards sales. So I tried a lot of things, and then finally I got this thing. Like initially also I knew that okay, technology will change the future. It has the potential to change everything, and it impacts every one of us. But still it was more like I used to gain knowledge of technology more like in terms of GK, not in terms of that I want to make a career or something. It was more towards GK, that okay, I'll just know what are the different trends that are happening. But then in my fourth year of college, in fact third year of college, I gained some interest in technology because I realized that technology is gaining speed and a lot of opportunities are there. So my background is of law, and I never wanted to do typical litigation. So therefore I thought let's merge technology and law, and as well as understand the different aspects of technology. Because see, when you talk about technology is of two parts. One is the legal side, one is the technical side. So my background was in the legal side, but I wanted to learn more about the technical sides. But still that misconception was there that okay, technology means engineering and I hate maths, so I can't do that. So I used to feel that okay, it's not my cup of tea. But then COVID came, and when COVID came, I realized that everyone was dependent upon the internet and how technology was so massively important for all of us. So that's where I decided my interest gauged, and few more technologies came into the picture, and that's where my interest came. And slowly and gradually, here and there, I made a niche out of this subject.
So when you were growing, technology was curiosity behind your thought processes and whatever activity you were doing, studies, games, and everything. So technology was kind of a thing which always intrigued you.
Yeah, because technology had this number one since I knew only two things, that were business and technology. These are two things that can actually impact a lot of people in different ways. So I and technology, every time, whether I was in my school, in college, or at my home, technology was a part of our lives. Whether it is, it's a mobile phones, it's TV, it's internet, it's laptops. So I always used to think that this space is very interesting because it impacts every one of us. There is no person on this planet who is not, who's not exposed to technology. Even if you talk about people in the village who don't have access to mobile phones and internet, they still know. A lot of them know what is WhatsApp, what is Facebook. So these kind of things actually impact every one of us, and that's why I thought that if I can create something out of this subject, then a lot of future scope is there as well.
Right. And that is really interesting also to know about technology, what all we can do through technology. So I also have very much interest onto it. So if I talk about things you are passionate about in your life, I could feel that technology is one. So what are other things you are passionate about in your life?
Well, I am passionate about public speaking for sure, because I think again that's one medium through which you can empower different people. Then I'm a theater freak. I always say I love theater. So from my school days only, I've been doing theater, and that actually helps because it's thanks to theater only that I was, I became more expressive. I knew, what chords are to be touched when we talk to people in theater and public speaking go hand in hand. Both of them, you are on the stage, you have to know what exactly you have to say, how you have to say, so that it can impact and influence others. So even if I went to the technology space, I realized one thing, that getting all the knowledge was just one step. It's not the whole thing, because see, even if you have the best knowledge of the world, but you're not able to imbibe it as well as spread it among others, so it's of no use. So I realized that I have to combine technology and public speaking together, and that's why now the product is that I give trainings at different forums, so that I'm able to reach out to different people, and I'm able to empower them about the upcoming technologies that are there.
Wonderful. And you rightly pointed out technology and communication is one big thing which can impact many lives. So, definitely, and that is the biggest medium of communicating with people. And we see technology is impacting our life so much, and on daily basis we are coming up with new things which is really new to understand initially, but becoming our part and parcel of life so often, that so fast that we have to like upgrade ourselves with new technology. Like we see Metaverse, AI, and Chat GPT now. So many things coming up, and we have to use them. So we have to upgrade ourselves also. If I talk about your work and experiences, like how you started your career, what all you did so far.
So well, I started in my college also. I started with giving a few talks. I approached different colleges, different schools. A lot of them, never entertained me. A few of them did after, and that too after I was after their lives. That okay, please, you have to give me this stage, and I'll, give knowledge and this and that. So that's where I started, and from there till now, it's been some time only, not much, but yeah. So throughout my journey, I've been, giving different trainings. I'm consulting corporates on different IT compliances, as well as because I have a legal background, so there the compliance side works. Then a lot of times I consult people on different new technologies that are coming. So like metaverse and artificial intelligence, a lot of corporates, a lot of individuals are intrigued, and they want to know what are the different implications and applications of these technologies, so that they can get an edge in the future thanks to these technologies. Also, my cater to different people where a lot of these online financial frauds are happening. I'm sure many of us are acquainted with that. And the sad reality is that after the crime takes place, we don't know where to report, what to do. So there we actually help people to recover their money. There are a few ways in law where you can actually, if you go legally properly, then you can actually recover a lot of your money which has been stolen in the online financial frauds. So I cater to that as well. But as I said, my primary aim is to empower people and to let them know what are the new kinds of technologies that are coming, whether it's in the form of consultation or it's in the form of any trainings or anything.
Right. And you rightly pointed out about financial frauds. That has increased, like that was there before COVID also, but during the COVID it has increased significantly. And we are hearing so many cases about financial frauds, small transaction maybe, but we are hearing so often. So that's really important for people to understand what is the best way to safeguard their interests in terms of not trusting anybody who is sending them money or asking them to make the payments and all. They need to inquire first. And if I move on to the next one, if I talk about your vision, mission, and goal in life for next 5 to 10 years from now, so what do you think that should be?
Well, number one is to explore. This might sound a bit contradictory, but I feel that exploring and goal setting can also go hand in hand. They may sound very different terms, but I feel that one should have a goal, but you should explore as well, because sometimes, for example, if your goal is to be to reach to a certain place, in between throughout the process you are meeting different people, you're getting different opportunities, because see, you can't plan everything. You will not know what kind of opportunity will come to you in the future. So if anything comes to you which intrigues you and which interests you, definitely you should imbibe that. So when I talk about my personal goals, and definitely personal development is number one, not just technology but understanding other subjects as well. Like, it's my habit to read about different subjects, because a lot of these subjects actually correlate with technology. When I talk about history, so we always say history repeats itself. So there are a lot of different historical trends that actually take place which impact our lives, as well as which will impact technology. Because, for example, pandemic, it was said that after every 100 years there is one pandemic. So that is where it is said that history repeats itself. So if you know the trend, then definitely you can, at least, if not 100%, then at least 50% you can predict the future. What kind of future is there? Then studying about economics, that also helps. What kind of businesses are coming? What kind of dynamics will be there? So personal development is number one. Number two is empowering people through technology. I want every single person in India to know the technology that are coming, number one. Number two, change their mindset towards technology. Our mindset is that, okay, technology is only for engineers, or we should not, there's no need to know about technology. But the reality is, in today's time, you should at least be acquainted with the basics of the new technology, because once it's there, you will either use it, whether it's for your personal use or for your professional use. Number two, one should not just understand technology, but one should be able to understand the trends, that, okay, this is technology, but what kind of opportunities can be there, and understanding those opportunities and then making full use of it. So that's my goal in the near future.
Really great, because that is the core thing these days. If you are not well versed with the technology, then you are lacking behind. So you should always have basic knowledge about technology, how things are moving up. And also, if we talk about any business these days, use technology. If you don't use technology, you don't understand technology, how would you get into your work? Like, if you write a common use common things to write a mail, like MS Word or anything, you require technology. You have to understand basics of words. So anyways, anywhere you work, technology would be part and parcel of the job. So you have to understand basic thing at least. Rightly said. So if I talk about the most important life lessons you have learned from your personal and professional journey so far, what are those things?
Well, I've at least learned a few lessons which I feel can be important for everyone. Number one is, a few of them are cliched, but few of them are not. So number one is, never underestimate anyone. Like, our general human tendency is that, okay, we listen to those who are successful. We definitely listen to those, but never underestimate the person who has experience but has maybe not succeeded well in life. Because even if, okay, that person has not succeeded, but that experience counts a lot. You can actually learn a lot from their experiences, what mistakes they did, so that you can, once you understand that, you will not repeat those. Number two, smart work is the key. I've realized that hard work alone can't do anything. Smart work has to be there, but that doesn't mean that smart work means hacks. There are no hacks in life. But yes, at the same time, it should be a balance between hard work and smart work. You have to do the hard work, but you have to realize, where do you have to do the hard work. You do not have to do hard work at all the places. There are a few places, that 80-20 principle that we talk about, that suffices this point, that you have to work. You definitely have, on those 20% of the area, you have to work pretty hard. But at the same time, you have to first identify, rather than just working hard here and there and realizing that you have not gained any output. Then another important lesson I feel is that a person should be, we have all heard this term, jack of all arts, master of none. And we have actually taken that quite seriously in the sense that, okay, I'll just master one art and I'll not, I won't care about any other subject. But that's wrong. I feel yes, you have to definitely master an art, but at least in a few areas, you have to have 40 to 50% of the knowledge. Why? Number one, overall, it impacts your personality. If today you may, for example, if you want to go into business and you have a specific, maybe e-commerce is your niche, and you have put all your best, you are a master of that respective industry. Okay. But if you don't know the different trends that are impacting the other industries, what are the new technologies, what are different kinds of businesses that are coming. So number one, you lack knowledge because you won't be able to gauge the new opportunities that are coming. Number two, gaining knowledge of different subjects. I'm not saying being a master of everything, but at least have some basic knowledge of things so that you can be a great conversationalist and you have a multifaceted personality, which actually helps a lot. Because I've seen in life, whether it's a small example, there are two people who are there for an interview. One is the master of that subject. One maybe has 70% of the knowledge, but he has 40 to 50% of knowledge of different things as well. So the second person, high chances are there that the second person will be selected. Why? Because that person has a multifaceted personality, and that actually helps. That person can, maybe that person can also do sales, marketing, not to the perfect level, but still at least the basics are done. So that person actually becomes a huge asset for anyone. So I think these are the lessons, and if someone can gain any such valuable learnings from this, then I would be delighted.
Definitely, you rightly pointed out, very important, because one thing can make you perfect in that field. But for any job, you also require other aspects related to that job as well. Communication is one, licensing is another one. Like any other attributes also would be part of that, like sales, marketing, technology. If you are in operations, you must learn technology so that you can understand things in better way. And there could be some more things which can help you to grow within the organization as well as outside the organization. But if you are in business, then definitely one aspect cannot help you. You have to be a master of all the aspects. Like you have to learn all the things. Master, if not, then definitely you should learn all the basic things which are related to business. And most importantly, like when we talk about business, technology is one. Then finance, banking is another one. Communication is third one. Like handling people in your team and liaising with outside people also. HR aspect is there. Product manufacturing and everything, that is again one more important aspect. And also networking these days is really important. You have to be like out for meeting people like-minded, business related. All these things makes you a good businessman, and you only flourish when you know all these things. And I really appreciate you highlight this point, and this is really important one.
I'm glad you found value in that, because I've seen this trend in different industries, whether it's business, job interview, or creative field. Anywhere you can just realize one thing: it's basic human tendency. You would like the other person more because that person has knowledge of different subjects as well. So that is always an add-on, whether it's in your professional life or personal life or anywhere.
Correct. And friends who know more about different topics, subjects, we always incline towards them more as compared to a person who is master of one field, because that person can help us, guide us in multiple areas. So that's really great. So coming back to the core concept of today's discussion, and I really intrigued about this subject, metaverse. What is the concept behind metaverse, and what is happening in this space?
Well, metaverse is a very, I would say, it's a simple space. Why? Because I'll just give an example. So imagine metaverse as a universe. Okay. So in universe, what happens? There are several planets, right? Several planets are present in the universe. So similarly in metaverse, there will be different planets. It's a virtual world, a virtual universe, you can say. So in a virtual universe, you have virtual worlds. These worlds, what are these worlds? Each world, meaning each planet, will be ruled by a different company. For example, Facebook will have a planet, Google will have a planet, Amazon will have a planet. And what will they do? They will work based upon their own respective competencies. For example, if Google today is if not even Google, for example, any gaming company, what is their core specialty? It is gaming, right? So if you are going in their world, it will be a world full of games. When we talk about Facebook, it will be a world full of social interactions. So metaverse is a virtual reality which you can actually use and which can actually make your life very much efficient. For example, today we are in this podcast, and how are we, there we are using Zoom, and for Zoom we need a device, that is a laptop or our mobile phones. Now imagine similarly with metaverse. In metaverse today, yes, there are huge VR sets that we have to wear, but slowly and gradually as technology will, move ahead, we'll have these simple glasses that will be there. Okay. Now imagine if I put these glasses and straight away I'm in a virtual room with Jitender standing right in front of me. Or I can say Jitender's avatar is standing right in front of me. That avatar will definitely look like Jitender. So now imagine we'll have a conversation just like that. So number one, if we talk about in terms of business, your customer satisfaction increases. The customer's experience, it enhances. It makes life very much efficient, because any day, if you have to meet someone, it increases your efficiency, right? Today, in fact, even on Zoom, after half an hour or 1 hour, you'll be bored, right? You will not be very much active. But in these kind of settings, it will be very much active and it will be engaging for the person as well. And as I said, when I talk about business, using metaverse in your business can actually increase your customer satisfaction and customer experience, which would then definitely increase your revenue. For example, today you have to, if I give a gaming example, earlier we used to play car games on PlayStation, right? That was, yes, we were experiencing that. Our remotes used to vibrate. That was fine. But now imagine you are in that car, and actually you can feel those vibrations here and there. So are you understanding the magnitude, the kind of experience you would be getting? Another thing, if I talk about business, is Amazon. So Amazon today, whatever you order on Amazon, what do? You either check reviews of that respective product or you check the pictures. Now imagine if you have to buy a shoe. Okay. Now in the metaverse, you'll have that shoe, that the 3D visual of that shoe in front of you, and you can actually check out. If you guys must have seen Iron Man. So in Iron Man, this concept is highlighted a bit, where Iron Man, whenever he wants to see something, he makes a 3D visualization of that through machine. That 3D visualization is there and he can actually see what is happening out there. So that is metaverse. Metaverse is not here to replace your physical reality, but metaverse is the next chapter in the internet. So definitely, as internet just revolutionized our lives, metaverse will do the same.
Right. It's kind of a virtual experience you can see.
Right.
Great. So if I talk about metaverse further, so how it can impact the future of technology, or how it can, what changes it can bring in?
Well, as I said, metaverse, see, there are different waves of technology that come. First, it was internet. After the internet, it was the social media revolution. Now it is the metaverse and AI revolution. So how it will impact, the biggest thing is that, see, if you consider social media is a part of our lives, right? Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat. Though if you realize, it's just one part of our lives. Okay. So when I said metaverse, see, earlier social media was, it just impacts your social life. But still, today you can't live, it's very difficult to live without social media, but yet you can still live without it. If I take away all WhatsApp, Snapchat, Facebook, you will have some discomfort, but still after a period of time, you'll be able to live with that, right? But metaverse is a different story altogether, because metaverse as a technology has the power to impact every single aspect of your life, whether it's your personal life, your hobbies, your professional life, your environment, everything. So when a technology has the potential to actually impact every single aspect of your life, then it holds a huge potential to revolutionize the future as well. What do I mean by different aspects? Okay, if you have in personal life, if you want a hobby, rather than going somewhere, you can actually, through virtual experience, through virtual reality, through metaverse, you can be there in minutes, right? If you want to meet a friend, rather than you guys meeting, okay, I'm not saying that it will replace the physical reality again, but it will make your life efficient. For example, in today's Zoom, we do Zoom meetings, 4 to 5 Zoom meetings. Out of that, only one is actually productive, because we are actually sitting in front of a laptop. So we don't engage much. We are actually bored. We are physically present, but mentally absent. So In metaverse, it will actually increase the experience. When I talk about office, you don't have to go to office. You're sitting at home, getting on your metaverse VR glasses, and straight away you're in office and interacting with your respective colleagues. So I think metaverse and AI definitely hold the potential to revolutionize every single thing in the future.
Correct, and it can create huge impact on the way how we see things technically, technologically, I would say. So that would create another kind of dimension altogether, which technology can bring in, and it would be kind of like meeting you in digital world. And we can go for a coffee and have a coffee in Connaught Place, sitting here in our
True.
offices or houses here, like in our cities. And similarly, not only like nearby areas, but probably foreign countries as well. Like we can go to an exotic location, have coffee there digitally. Wonderful. So coming back to you again, if I talk about you, I can really understand this, but still asking, are you an introvert kind of a person or extrovert kind of a person? And what is the plus or minus of the same when you meet people?
Well, I think I am an ambivert. I think that's the correct word, which is a mix of introvert and extrovert. And I think a lot of us are ambiverts because sometimes we are introvert, sometimes we are extrovert. I feel like that a lot of times I'm introvert as well. I don't share a lot of things. I'm not very much expressive. But on the other hand, sometimes I'm too expressive. So I think we are a mix of both introvert and extroverts, and both of them have their own pros and cons. The pro is definitely sometimes being an introvert helps. You should not, reveal a lot of things which you do being an extrovert, but that also backfires sometimes that you're not able to express yourself at those times which is actually required. So I think I'm enjoying being an ambivert, and I'm glad that I'm not an introvert, completely an introvert or completely an extrovert. I'm gaining, the pros and cons of both the worlds.
Correct. And if you are on one side of any of the thing, then you may like lose the benefit of the other side.
Right, right.
Correct. So that's really interesting. If I talk about you furthermore, you would be having a journey so far, and in this journey, there would be people supporting you. And who were the people supported you the most throughout?
Well, definitely my mom, dad, they have been very much open. They always used to say, they still say that just, do whatever you feel like. But definitely complete, their only main concern was complete your studies, complete your degree, and then do whatever you want to do in college life also. Do anything, just pass your exams. That was their approach. And apart from them, my, few friends who have always been supporting me. And the most important people are those who never believed in me. I feel they are the biggest, they are indirectly my biggest supporters. Why? Because they have always been the ones through when, I've always been getting the drive thanks to them. Whenever someone never supported me or told me that I can't do it, that was the place that were actually, ignited me to do things which were initially were looking quite impossible for me. But yet it's always, I always say, your haters are your biggest supporters. So that actually helps in at least in my case, and I'm sure in a lot of people's cases, they are the best blessing in disguise for you.
Agree with that 100% because they are the actual challenges in your life. They throw challenges onto you and you accept them and you became better day by day. So they help to shape your thought processes, to shape you like more bolder, more stronger, and more knowledgeable. All aspects, I would say. So really wonderful. And if I talk about the motivation and inspiration is in your life, what are the ways you get your motivation and inspiration from?
Well, my motivation, like sometimes, definitely, I'm sure many of us can relate to it. Listening a few motivational songs, or seeing those motivational videos. That's fine. But I feel that's temporary. That works sometimes. I may be 10% out of 100. But my biggest motivating factor is to challenge myself. Like anything which I can't do, I feel that okay, it's a new opportunity to challenge myself. Because if I am challenging myself, it's a guarantee that we'll grow. As human beings, we always go after things which are full of guarantees.
Yes.
A lot of times we don't take the chance because we see that there is a risk. There is no guarantee that we'll be successful. So I always feel that whenever I'm challenging myself, one thing I can say with 100% sure that I'll be improving only. But if I not challenge myself, then also it's 100% sure that I'll not grow. So that's what actually is a motivating factor for me, and for my conscious mind also. I can convince my conscious mind that okay, this has the guarantee. So that's where we can actually move ahead in life.
Correct. And it is up to you what you want to do in life. You accept the challenge or not. And you might have heard the Henry Ford's quote. If you think you can do it, definitely you can do it. If you think you can't do it, definitely you can't do it. So life is
Both are right. Yeah.
so that's nice to know, like how you get your motivation and inspiration from. If I talk about your take on success, what do you feel about it? What is your thoughts behind success? How does it look like to you?
Well, success for me, first of all, success is a very subjective term. These days, unfortunately, we have termed success as having having a unicorn or earning a lot of money, having huge cars and this and that. But I don't think that's success. Well, for sure, for a few people that is success. But for a lot of people, success is subjective. Someone having a job and having a fulfilling life with their family, with their 2 kids or 3 kids, whatever, that can also be success. For someone, traveling the whole world and working at the same time can also be success. For someone, just having a healthy body and but their life can be anything, but having a healthy body can be there, that is also success. So for me, success is subjective. And if I talk about myself, then yes, having a fulfilling life is what I call as success. Whether you're getting fulfilled by earning crores and crores of money, or getting famous, or having a fulfilling family, or anything. So I think it's a very subjective term, and the definition of success for everyone keeps on changing. When we were small, the definition of success was maybe to collect all your favorite toys, or topping in the class. That was one's definition of success. When you are in your college and job, you understand, okay, things are different. Maybe earning more money, having a beautiful or handsome girlfriend or boyfriend, that's also success for a lot of people. So I think the definition keeps on changing, and that's the beauty of that it gets changing, so you have new things to look forward to in life.
Definitely, it keeps on changing. And also, if we talk about current times, people are getting like more onto kind of self-awareness kind of a journey. So they have seen so many things in life. If we talk about so many unicorns, so many people getting billionaire and rushing for trillionaire for next stop. So after that, also they are not having perfect life. And if we talk about people who are wealthy, they are sometimes not having perfect relationship. Sometimes they don't have perfect health. So that is not success actually. So you rightly pointed out, it is the combination of everything. Like it should be health, wealth, creativity, mind, thoughts, everything, relationship. So it should be combination of all. You rightly pointed out. And I also feel in the same way, and hope people would understand this more often. Now we are moving on to the next one and last one. Any message, advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners today?
Well, a few simple advices. Number one, please have an open mind. Whether you are in college or you are 30 years old or 80 years old, anyone. Because sometimes it's our tendency that, okay, have an open mind when you are in college, explore things. But once we are maybe in our 40s, 50s, we think that we know it all. We don't need to learn anything new. That's where we close our minds. So I think that should not be done. You should always have an open mind, because that helps you to, number one, learn new things. Number two, to learn new things from people of any age group. Sometimes maybe it's your child who can, teach you huge life lessons if you have an open mind to actually hear your own child or any person, whether that person is elder to you or younger to you or anyone. So number one is have an open mind. Number two is always explore things, because there is no such thing as that having just one thing in life and that will be fulfilling. No, after a point that you will be, either you'll get bored of that thing or you'll get exhausted. So explore a few things. Even if you have found your passion, then also you should at least, if not explore a lot of things, but at least a few things you need to explore, because as I said, that makes you a multifaceted personality. And number three is always be humble. And if you always if that's this is a small hack which I generally do. Whenever I sometimes feel that there are chances that I might get high-headed or too arrogant, so then I go to my balcony and in the night and I watch the stars, and I just realize that what a small fragment of nature I am. I'm not anyone I'm so damn small, then why will I have such huge egos? So I think being humble is very important in life, irrespective of whether you have achieved anything or in any area. You are never too big to be humble. So I
Right.
think these are my few life lessons.
And very appropriate also, because learning is one aspect which is really important. If you stop learning, life ends there, not the death. Actually, death is one part of like ending a life, but when you stop learning, life ends there. And you rightly pointed out, you can learn from anybody, from a child who is 2 years old and from a person who is 60, 80 years old. So he is carrying or she is carrying an experience which is very, very big. So it's a long experience. If we interact with them often, we can learn so many things from them. And young people who try to explore new things, they can teach us to explore new things as well. And young people who are well versed with technology, definitely they can teach us technology and the things which are coming up these days. So definitely the concept we used to have in our families earlier, joint family, was kind of a blessing, wherein we were learning from our seniors, from our juniors, from our like people who are of our same age. So that
True.
was a really wonderful thing in times, earlier times. Most people don't have it these days. They are part of nuclear family, but I'm blessed to have my entire family with me, parents, me, my family here. So that is wonderful. I must say the things you have shared about you, technology, and how the technology is shaping up, how it can create impact in our life. It's really wonderful thing, and it can help to understand how we can use it in our life. So very meaningful conversation I had with you. I really like it. Looking forward to hear more from you again soon. It was wonderful having you here, Sakshar. Thank you for your time.
The pleasure was all mine. I just loved the conversation because it was, as I said, it was a multifaceted conversation covering different aspects, learning about technology, life lessons, and journey. So, wonderful experience, and I'm definitely looking forward for a part two.
Yes, yes, I'm also looking forward to it, and I'd like to like have that conversation related to whole heartedly on technology part, so that we can have technology risk associated frauds happening around cyber security and all. That is also an important topic which I'd like to cover again. So we will talk about
Definitely.
it in future. Also, I will share your social media links so that people can be in touch with you, take your help and guidance on both the aspects
Definitely.
which you are working on, legal and as well as technology. So guys, don't
Definitely.
forget to check that out too. Thank you so very much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye bye.